Thank you for joining us. This is ELYNV.INFO election results from the Ely primary election, which took place on April 5th. Here are the unofficial final results. For the mayor's race, John Hickman receiving 334 votes, 84 early, 98 absentee. Dr. Stowe Pavlakis receiving 258 votes, 76 of those absentee, 39 early votes. And eliminated was Frank Baldwin, who only received 124 votes, 34 absentee, and 19 early. You can see the entire breakdown of these online at ELYNV.INFO and whitepinenews.com. For City Council Seat 1, George Chachis eliminated. Chachis receiving 208 votes, 61 of those absentee, and 34 early votes. Chachis receiving only receiving 28.92% of the vote. In the mayor's race, Hickman receiving 46.65%, Pavlakis receiving 36.03%, and Frank Baldwin receiving 17.32% of the vote. As we said, George Chachis eliminated Seat 1, receiving 28.92% of the vote. 208 total votes. As we said, 61 in absentee, 34 early voting. That is only 95 votes that he received in the early voting and the absentee. Jerry Meyer, the big winner, receiving 275 votes. Of those votes, 74 absentee and 59 early. Bob Miller, despite having pulled out of the race 3 days before the start of early voting, still receiving 19 votes, 12 of those absentee ballots and 3 in early voting. And Bruce Setterstrom, receiving 217 votes, beating Chachis by 9 votes. Setterstrom beating Chachis handily in early voting, 60 votes absentee, 46 early votes. So it will be Bruce Setterstrom and Jerry Meyer running in the general election for City Council Seat 1. City Council Seat 2, no big surprise. Dale Durbridge, the runaway winner, 382 votes, 125 absentee votes cast for him, and 73 early votes. David Conger still receiving a significant amount of votes, receiving 210 votes, 53 absentee, 41 early voting. Durbridge and Conger will advance to the general election June 7th. And then Scott Heinow receiving 107 votes, 31 absentee, 23 early votes. 15.31% of the votes going to Heinow, 30.04% of the votes going to Conger, and 54.65% of the votes going to Dale Durbridge. George Chachis, as we said, receiving 28.92% of the votes. Jerry Meyer, 38.25% of the votes. Bob Miller still receiving 2.64% of the votes, despite having pulled out 3 days before early voting started. And Bruce Setterstrom receiving 30.18% of the votes. So in the general election, it will be John Hickman and Dr. Stowe Pavlakis facing off for mayor. It will be Jerry Meyer and Bruce Setterstrom facing off for Ely City Council Seat 1. David Conger and Dale Durbridge facing off for Ely City Council Seat 2. And then in City Council Seat 4, it will be Marty Westland facing Terrell Trask. Those two did not have a primary to face off against. It was just the two of them. They advanced directly to the general election. We'll have commentary later on ELYNV.INFO and on whitepinenews.com.